Number eight I have is probably going to surprise some people, but that's Bryce Young. Isn't playing particularly well right now, but in terms of talent level, it's a reason this guy was the number one overall pick. And, they have the Rams. I love the Rams defense. I love who they are as a football team. And they've shown all year that they're a Super Bowl contender and probably the favorite. He's good. And so I love everything about Bryce Young. He's getting better. He has the ability to make all the throws. And so that's why he is number eight on my list. I know I might get some pushback, especially with the list of these guys that we have, but I love Bryce Young's talent level and his ability, and that's why he's so high on this list. Number seven is Drake May, another guy who plays on time, makes incredible throws when he needs to make it, and really doesn't do anything to harm his team. And because he has such a good team around him, he's able to, win a lot of football games. This defense is called by Mike Vrabel. It's called at a high level. He's got Josh McDaniels, who's been around the block a ton of times, been a head coach, had Tom Brady, and they've kind of just kept that thing moving and had him play on time, kind of understand what they want to do on offense. And that's taken him to the next level in terms of him being able to kind of take that next step as in his career. I didn't see this for Drake May when he came in from North Carolina. I don't know how many people did. He's in a great situation. The stability, the Patriots know how to run a franchise. It's a blessing to get to places who know how to run franchises because they'll put you in the best position to succeed. And he's seeing the fruits of that right now. Could find himself in the AFC Championship early in his career and possibly the Super Bowl. It just depends on how things fall. Number six, I have Justin Herbert. I've always loved Justin Herbert and his talent level, not having the greatest year this year. And, when you're with Jim Harbaugh, it's a lot of run first. He's going to try to establish the run and then set the pass up. But Justin, in terms of his talent level, man, he's one of those guys who I think can, if he gets hot, can beat you any night and can take you to a Super Bowl. I don't know if he can win it yet with the team around him, but he is uber talented, can make pretty much every throw. And I loved him coming out, and he's kind of showing they consistently win. He's consistently in these conversations. And I think that's because of how good of a quarterback he is. He understands defenses. He understands what they want to do offensively, and that keeps them in games. Number five, the most recent Super Bowl champion, that's Jalen Hurts. When you talk about Philly, I love them going into this playoffs because they're getting back healthy on the defensive side of the ball. That and Saquon was the reason they won Super Bowl last year. It was just a windfall of talent, a windfall of, just a great team last year. And I think that they're kind of rounding back into form. They have some identity issues on the offensive side of the ball, but if they kind of stick with giving the ball to Saquon, making good plays to AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and they have done that over the past couple of weeks. They're getting Jalen Carter back, Jordan Davis, and like that defensive line is crazy. So that's not talking about him, but it talks about their ability to win as a team. And I think that because of his pedigree, the most recent Super Bowl champ, he has to be high on this list because he knows what it takes to kind of get there and win it. Number four is Trevor Lawrence. Breakout year. He and Liam Cohen have found some synergy. Jacksonville is a terrible franchise. And he finally has had some stability there with this guy, former University of Kentucky, my alma mater offensive coordinator. Should have been the head coach. Obviously, now we see that those guys have determined how they want to attack defenses. They determine how they want to spread the ball around. They've developed a good run game, and they have an outstanding pass rush and defense on the other side. So they are scary. He is rounding into the form we thought that he was going to take on coming out of Clemson. If he continues to show that he has all the talent in the world, they can start to consistently be in the playoffs and consistently have a chance to win a title. Number three is my guy, Caleb Williams. The talent difference between him and Trevor is not big. They're both incredibly talented, but since he's my guy, I'm putting him at three. And so Caleb, man, Iceman, he can do whatever he wants on the football field. He gives you Russell Wilson type feel in terms of his ability to feel the pocket, feel guys coming around him, evading them, and he has all the arm strength in the world to make any throw. Caleb has issues playing on time. He has issues holding the ball too long. But once he cleans those up, and I believe that him and Ben Johnson will continue to clean those up as his career progresses, we're going to be playing in the playoffs more often than not, I believe. And Caleb is going to be the catalyst of that. And then, these other two guys separate themselves in terms of talent and the ability to play the quarterback position. And that's Josh Allen and Matt Stafford. I got Josh Allen too, simply because, I think that they're both uber talented. The difference here is, well, I think Matt's a little bit better, but the major difference here is that Matt Stafford has the best wide receiver in the league in Puka Nacua, and Josh Allen doesn't. So I put Josh at 2. Josh has a really good opportunity right here. No Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson. And we talk about guys who are, the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. He's there, and nobody's on his side that typically can disrupt him from getting to the Super Bowl. Can he take advantage of that? Can the Buffalo Bills take advantage of that and get to the Super Bowl? Possibly. They're not playing particularly well right now, but I do think that there is an opportunity for them to kind of get out of there and kind of really make some noise and get to the Super Bowl. When you get to the Super Bowl, anything can happen. But number 1 is Matthew Stafford, incredibly talented, 37 years old, still at the top of his game. His connection with Puka is one of the better connections I think we have in this league, but one of the better connections I've seen ever. I think that, the only thing that rivals in today's game is, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. These are, 1A, 1B type conversations. The connection that him and Stafford have is just insane. And I think that they could kind of ride that particular connection to a Super Bowl championship because that defense is so strong. They've got probably the best play caller in football with Sean McVay. And so I still, even with their struggles over the past couple of weeks, I think that they can take that next step possibly and win a Super Bowl. But yeah, Matt Stafford is my number 1 quarterback going into the NFL playoffs. And this was a fun exercise, and we'll continue to do this.